Welcome to the OFX podcast. I'm Dave Claxton. Along with me, as always, is our back road built badass, Bethany McChesney, who was on a lot of back roads this weekend.
I mean, when you're gonna run long distances around a small town, you hit back roads. Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah.
Would you? Yeah. So you did what? Like, how much volume did you get this weekend? Because I saw one was like 130K.
Yeah, a 30K Sunday and then a high rock sim on Saturday. Friday was a double workout, a lift in the morning, and then a medium run in the afternoon. So a lot of volume in 3 days. Plus being on my feet all day doing the high rock sims. And then we had a little long jump training session Sunday night. So it was a lot.
I always find being on your feet all day burns me out way more than any sim.
Yeah. And then put those two together.
Mhm.
And emotionally, it's a lot too, especially when you're running the event. So,
How many people, Jeff?
we had about 20 people in total. So, yeah, it was good. We had a lot of people from F45s in the city who just kind of wanted some actual proper coaching in a lot of the
Whoa,
city.
are you saying F45 does not provide proper coaching, Bethany?
Okay.
Take a drink.
Now, not all F45s are the same. However, everyone that came to us had not really received proper high rocks coaching, no, or had they ever done an actual sim. So they had done high rocks sim types, but they were not full sims. It'd be like a 400-meter run plus part of stations kind of deal, and they'd call them high rock sims. So the people just wanted to feel the whole event out and then have more specific coaching from people that have done high rocks.
Yeah, I mean, like most F45s are not situated in the way they run to do a full sim.
I mean, you could if you really wanted to.
Yeah,
I
but
think,
their class structure and everything, the way they do it, just doesn't really.
yeah, I mean, again, I think it's if you want to, because I know that they were sending people out every 6 to 10 minutes. And yeah, I didn't get too much into it or ask too many questions. That was just what people had told me that were coming, um, the way it was done. So yeah, it's good to feel out the whole event beginning to end before you do one, especially because it's not like we get to race at actual high rocks, once a month and you can get into one if you mess one up. Like to actually be able to get into a high rocks, get your ticket, and then all that goes around it. But for most people, it's kind of a big deal to
No.
just so you do want to feel out the event and kind of get all of the race plan down. Like you don't want to, oh, we'll use this one to kind of figure things out because you might only have one or two shots in a year to really race a high rocks. So doing a sim and in front of people that really understand the race, like we do, is very helpful to people. So we had a lot of really good feedback this weekend, just from people that have never really had proper, truly like race high rocks experience and coaching. So yeah, all in all, like it was a really successful event. So
I kind of did the similar thing on Saturday. Well, similar in a way. I went to F45 Dune. They had an event where it was like a High Rocks prep. It wasn't quite a sim. They did have all the stations and stuff, but basically it was more like a an E5 mom. So like every 5 minutes on the minute, you would
okay.
start. So
Uh-huh.
you would run, then hit a station, run, then hit a station, run, then hit a station.
Hmm.
So I went and did that, and I didn't actually work out. I watched their wall ball station to help people there,
Yeah.
and then did a little talk on rules and regulations after. And again, quite well attended. I'm terrible with numbers, but I'm going to say between 50 and 75 people.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Um, and then it had Jesse Bruce and Cole there speaking as well,
Yeah.
along with some nutrition and recovery talks and whatnot.
Hmm.
And I can honestly say that I had verbal diarrhea and went on way too long.
You talk too much,
I
Dave?
talk too much. Well, no. So you know what kind of fucked up? And it was I've apologized to Maria, who runs it, and the rest of them, and they've been told that actually they were very. I was told they were actually very happy with how it went. But I was planning, and I was sitting there with Cole right before. So Jesse was talking, and Jesse was giving this fantastic
Yeah, he's a
speech.
great
Like,
speaker.
yeah,
Yeah.
just fantastic speech. And I said to Cole, and even Jesse before, I'm like, "How long are you guys planning to be?" And Jesse said, "I'm like 15 minutes maybe." And Cole was like, "I don't know, not even that." Like Cole's like, I'm just quick little talk. I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna be about the same 15, 20 minutes." And I'm not entirely sure how long I was, but Cole said it was like an hour. But then someone else told me more like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. But the problem was, well, it wasn't a problem. It was great. Everybody kept asking questions.
Oh, so you didn't just get up there and talk for 45 minutes. It was a Q and
No,
A.
yeah, yeah. Like as soon as I got into like I went through and started like what I had planned to say, and like 2 minutes in, question one. And I fielded questions at the moment rather than just doing it all at the end. So when people had questions, I just went with it. And so it was very engaging. There was a lot of back and forth and engagement. So yeah, it did feel like it went really well. I do like to joke that I rambled on for way too long.
Mhm.
Um, which, but which I did. But it did seem like everyone was quite happy. I got a lot of positive feedback. I've gotten since a lot of messages on Instagram and everything with people asking more questions and lots of other
Mhm.
stuff. It was pretty cool. But I did literally feel quite bad afterwards
Yeah.
because
Well,
I'm
if
like,
people are asking questions, then that's different.
agreed. But it was like I was saying to myself, I'm like, oh my God, this is not very considerate to the schedule that people laid out.
Mhm.
And that was my problem. Was I was like, shit, no, no, this is fuck up. Does this fuck up the break times for anyway? But no, it was cool. It was good fun, and I felt it went well despite the length.
Mhm.
Um, and what I did notice, and I told the people this, was as I did the wall ball station, I'm gonna say 35 to 40% of people were getting to depth.
That's it?
Yeah. If I'm gonna call it by the book, yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think there's probably 20 to 30 that were nowhere near. There
Uh,
was probably there was probably like 15% that were unquestionably ass to grass. Like you didn't even have to look at it.
yeah.
And then there was a lot in the middle that would be leaving it to the judge's call.
Yeah. We had a lot of that. And
Yeah.
that's probably, yeah. And we would explain to them too that if you have a strict judge, you're probably going to get no wrapped.
Mhm.
So keep trying to get a little bit lower. Hmm.
Well, and that's what I explained. Like I had people say that, well, I've done high rocks before, I've done wall balls, I've never been called before. And I said, that's great. But I'm telling you by the rule, you're not quite low enough, or you're at the very least a judgment call. So
Yeah.
if you get a judge like me who's
Hmm.
going to call it as to the standard, and you don't have another level to drop down to in your arsenal like that, you don't have another gear to go to, you're in for a long day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So get that gear and leave no questions, right?
Hmm.
And the other thing I told them, and this was very big, I repeated it time and time again, and this is something I very much believe. 3 to 5 reps. Your first 3 to 5 reps are like the first impression you make with someone. So when you come into a wall ball or a burpee jump, broad jump, and your first 3 to 5 reps are beautiful, that judge is just going to zone out,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Especially at burpees, they'll probably walk away from you and go over to someone else that they think's a problem child.
Yeah. Hmm.
So I was just to implement it. I just was reinforced over and over again how important those first 3 to 5 reps are. Because if you do a bad first 3 to 5 reps, now that judge is locked in on you for the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So
Hmm.
anyway, it was a good event. It was a good time. And again, they had this promotion there from a local shoe store who was allowing you to try High Rocks, oh sorry, Puma DV8 shoes.
Oh, okay.
Like you could actually test them on site,
Hmm.
which I think is a really cool idea. You know, I saw the same thing when I did a High Rock Strong, but again, I thought the shoes were misplaced. You don't really want them there. You need like a flat Metcon shoe for that. But
Hmm.
for this was a good idea to try them there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean they're not going to get dirty, so
No, 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 no. And you could tell they were demo shoes, but they had a lot of them.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. Smart.
so it's good. So you're in for Ottawa. Did you get a ticket for Toronto?
I did get a ticket. I got a couple tickets for Toronto.
Did you?
Yeah. So, and I got the coveted women's pro ticket, which is
No.
there's like 1 hour in the whole 5 days of women's pro. Yeah, and I got a women's pro doubles ticket.
That is impressive. Women's pro doubles. You have a
Oh, what's
secret
that?
part. Women's pro doubles.
Yep.
You have a secret partner.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's cool. I'll be honest, I didn't bother trying.
Yeah, well,
I was busy at the time, and I am of the firm belief something will come available. They'll add more, people will sell them, there'll be opportunity. So I firmly believe anybody who is upset that they didn't get a ticket, just be patient. You'll probably get another shot.
yeah, that's what I've told some of my clients too. Because I did have some clients that did the sim this weekend who
Mhm.
didn't think they could do a high rocks. And
Yeah.
then now they're like, yeah, I want to do it. So I'm like, you just have to wait now because they will refund them. Um, I will tell you who my partner is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was just joking around. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Um, it's Sarah Follet from One Academy.
Oh, yeah, I know Sarah.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a beast.
Yep. And we're the same age.
So you'll be so you'll be a seasoned age group.
Yes, we are the seasoned age
Not as
groupers.
seasoned as John Cross and I will be, but still pretty
Yeah,
seasoned.
not quite there. But
Not
yeah,
quite
I
that
raced
seasoned.
I raced Sarah like back in the Spartan days. We've raced DECA together or against each other. So yeah, I messaged her and I bought the ticket and I put a random person's name on it and then I messaged her and then I was like, "Hey, what are your plans for Toronto mixed doubles or sorry, women's doubles?" And she's like, "No plans. What do you got in mind?" And I'm like, we're the same age group. Like, let's go get an age group photo. And she's like, can we do secret training sessions together? I'm like,
Ooh.
obviously.
Like a slumber party.
I know. It's just, I'm like, we might be 40 something, but girls still want to be girls and we want to have training parties together. And if we're going to do this as a team, we're going to do it right as a team.
Girls want to be girls. I remember you passed out in a chair in my living room from hanging out with your friend.
That sometimes happens too. After the epic training sessions, I'm sure. And then staying up too late talking and then passing out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about what happened. Well, there might have been some acro yoga in my dining room gym.
Yes. That did happen too.
Yeah. No, that's cool. You guys should do really well. Definitely there'll be an interesting split on the zones.
Yeah.
Obviously seeing her doing, excuse me, more of the sleds, seeing you pick it up more on the burpees and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you guys, yeah, I think you'll do very well.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah, that's awesome. But to be honest, I would have never thrown her name out. I would not have thought of it.
No.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's finding someone my age and then again we're about the same we run about the same high rocks times. Just in a very different way because I'm the faster runner, but she's far faster on station, so kind of balance each other out well.
That'll be cool. That'll be a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
Um,
it'll be fun.
and then you can do the pro solo too. I'm hoping, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll just grab something when it comes up.
Yeah.
Probably I don't know. I prefer doubles probably, but we'll see. We'll see what's going
Yeah.
on.
And we
Uh,
got a relay team in finally.
the one you've been trying for like 3 races?
Yes, the relay
The
team.
relay team?
Yeah.
That's good. That'll be good. The
Yeah.
relays are so much fun.
Yeah. I've never, well, except for the sim in Windsor, I've never done one at actual High Rocks.
I've just done the one, and I did not enjoy my last Toronto High Rocks. My like the I don't know. I was in a foul mood and underperformed. And then I did the relay, and it completely turned me around, and I had so much fun with it, and it was so great. So it saved the weekend for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think a lot of it had to do with the guys I was with, right? Too, like just running with good people that you like.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that's kind of how I feel about our team too. Like
Yeah,
we've been wanting to do this for so long, so it'll be a good time.
yeah. So that's at Ottawa, obviously, right around the corner. You're prepped, you're ready to go. What are you running for that one? Just the doubles or
And solo in the same day.
both?
So this one was kind of again, we have kind of stopped training for high rocks a little bit to focus on running, signed up for 350Ks. And so this one I race open because it's a lot to balance all the vo running volume with being strong enough for me to race High Rocks Pro. So I am doing the doubles with Lanny early Sunday, and then about 2 hours later, I'll do a solo. Um, so
A
it's
quick
kind of
turnaround. That's a quick turnaround, but
it is
better
a quick
that way than
turnaround.
the other way.
Yeah, I agree. This is the only way I would really want to do
Yeah.
this split with someone who's a faster runner than me. And yeah, really it's a good training weekend for us and to kind of have a good time. And because the next weekend after High Rocks Ottawa, we're doing a 50K.
Okay. That again, quick turnaround.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you get good accommodations for Ottawa?
Yeah, my university roommate lives in Ottawa. She's
Uh,
about, yeah, she's near the venue. So, yeah, she was one of my bridesmaids. She was my roommate. She was a track mate. So,
that's a good trick.
cannot
Um,
convince her to do a high rock, so.
well, that's all right. She'll be there to you know, carry you drinks to the living room when you need them.
Yes, exactly.
I looked at hotels and shit, and
Mhm.
like $500 a night some of them are going for now.
Oh, in Ottawa?
Yeah. No, outside
Oh.
of Ottawa by the airport, which is where the venue is.
Oh.
And I'm like originally, so John and I were planning, hey, guys, weekend, we're gonna go, we'll get a good place, we'll have a good time, you know. And then we said we're like nuts to that. Like for the time we're there, we could go to Cuba, right? So and that didn't even include food. So we decided because we are so well equipped, we got a campsite about 15 minutes away from the venue, and we are now
Oh, wow.
$35 a night.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah, well,
awesome.
he's got the big Overlander Jeep. I've got the minivan all kitted out for camping. We're golden.
Yeah. Hmm.
So we decided that would be much better. It just I couldn't justify that price. Now I think if you go like downtown or get an Airbnb, you probably could be okay. But hotel, because my first thought was I want to get it like almost like walking distance from the venue so we could check in and out just
Yeah.
as we felt like it. We figured, oh well, when our friends are running, we'll go watch. And then when they're not, we'll go fuck off the hotel, go for a swim, whatever, right? But
Hmm.
yeah, for that kind of money, it's not worth it. I'm just gonna strategically pick some people I want to go watch and
Yeah.
be there then, and then
Hmm.
go from there. I haven't decided if I'm going to do any volunteering or judging yet. I'm going to wait and see how I feel.
Hmm.
But no, um,
Yeah, you probably should.
I, I have a feeling that once I get there, like probably because I run Thursday, we run our doubles Thursday late, so I'm not going to do anything before then because we're driving there, and then so I'm like, no, I won't do anything before then. Friday will probably be the time where if I do anything, I will do it. Because then Saturday I run solo and I want to not be on my feet all day for that. And then Sunday, probably gonna get up, watch your run,
Hmm.
and then I'll probably take off after that.
Yeah. And we're early,
Yeah, no,
like
that's the
30.
only reason I'm glad, so I'll be able to watch you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad. Like, I'm going to be almost done my day by noon after racing twice. Like, it's so great.
Well, so us, like Thursday, one, I did this on purpose. So Thursday for doubles, I knew the slower you put in your time, the
The
later you'll
later you
go.
are.
And I
Yeah.
and I knew that we'd be driving from here to there, getting set up. And I thought, okay, well, I'll actually put in a really, even though I don't think we're going to be lights out fast, but I said I'll put in even slower time than I expect,
Hmm.
so that we're not rushed whatsoever, and the place is less busy. It's easier to deal with.
Yeah.
So I did that. I did actually did that for both of them, but so I think it'll work better for me. But having you on Sunday going early, and I don't, nobody else that I know for sure is running Sunday that I'm planning to watch. I
Mhm.
imagine there's going to be people in your wave that we know.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
women's open and women's open doubles are the most popular categories.
Yeah.
So there's going to be people we know. But other than that, I don't know. Like I know Tara's coming up, and I think she's like me. I think she's running Thursday and Saturday.
Mm.
So I'll probably watch her stuff. So I don't know. It's going to be a good weekend. It's going to be a good time.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
expect a lot. Um, since we've rambled about High Rocks, let's just do the High Rock stuff. Um, let's go back to the last race, the last major. I don't think we've had a chance to talk to this because we took a week off and then we had our IOC podcast,
Mhm.
which didn't get people angry in the least.
Well, it was informative. It
It
wasn't
wasn't,
really.
no, but I thought somebody would at least, I was hoping somebody would want to discuss and, but no. And so still, anybody,
Mhm.
you know, anybody willing. I've reached out to many people who were recommended to me and no responses.
Yeah.
So anyway, um, so we had the littering penalty,
Yes. So the gel dropping penalty with Saskia Millard and Holly Archer.
and it
Uh,
wasn't a dropping, it was a placing.
yeah, leaving it by the rower.
Yeah, yeah, like that was like, yeah,
Yeah. She didn't throw it.
that was
She
not a
just
yeeting into the stands.
no. Yeah, she left it by the rower. And then it ended up giving them a 2-minute penalty, which of course then bumped them out of the spots that would have got them into Worlds. So, and then that's kind of it for them with their chances to go to Worlds.
Okay, well, so that arises a couple of questions. One, should that be a penalty at all?
Um, well, I yes, I do think littering on the course should be a penalty. Um, because again, just think about the disastrous situations that would happen if everyone was throwing their gels on the course. It just, yeah, that can't happen. I do know they do make like 2 minutes though is crazy, I think,
Mhm.
because it doesn't change your race. It could change other people's races if they got a gel packet stuck to their foot
Yeah,
or something like
or
that.
slipped on it.
Yeah, or slipped on it or something. But in this case, especially, it didn't impede anybody else. And the stakes were so high. I do think having a bit more leniency in the Elite 15 with certain things is okay because, again, it's not like we had a situation where their judge couldn't just pick it up and throw it in the garbage.
Mhm.
Like it wasn't in the masses. And um, so I think in this case, a 2-minute penalty was extreme and probably not the right decision for them, especially because of the things that we've seen High Rocks let go
Mhm.
of rules that they didn't enforce, where it's on camera, um, and they didn't do anything about it. So that's kind of where I'm putting this one. But for some reason, High Rocks decided to give them the penalty, and it really does change uh, who goes to Worlds for doubles. So I'm a little bit shocked that they did it. And I know Saskia and Holly were pretty pissed off that it happened. And not that they don't think that they didn't make a mistake. And,
Yeah.
they're the first to admit that, yes, they do need to clean things up. And like the penalties can't keep happening. And they do own that. But I think being angry that they were given a penalty that, maybe if it was someone else, it might have been like, oh, I can understand that.
And that's the problem we had been saying so much in the past. And here's my take on this. I'm I'm okay with the call. I don't like you. I don't like 2 minutes, but that's what's in the book.
Hmm.
So that's what you have to call. In my mind, they made the right call there. I think they missed other ones in this race and definitely missed other ones prior. And that's the problem. And that's what we've been saying every time we said, oh, they allowed the rapid cooling, they allowed the chalk, they allowed the discarding of the packet before.
Yeah.
We like that was a problem. We said when they finally call it, it's going to be, well, why did I get called?
Yeah.
When all this goes, why is it? And that was what they let it up. That was what we kept preaching is that you have a freaking rule book, follow it.
And
If
they
you don't,
also they call it now when it changes the outcome of who goes to Worlds.
Mhm.
So, and because in some
When
cases,
in prior all the outcomes changed about who, because if they called Joanna, it would have changed the outcome who went to Worlds. She would have got it later, but it would have changed it in that day. If they
yeah.
called Cole, that would have changed it,
Mhm.
right? And again, he might have got it later, but it would have changed it that day. And then they called when they called this one, it changed it. So it's not like it was different. They just decided this was the time to do it.
Yes. And as far as I know, there was other gel packets left beside rowers at other rowers even.
Yes. Yes. Well,
So
if you
then
the
that's
actually,
where
yeah,
that's bullshit.
yeah. Okay, so here's something cool. So, I don't know if you watched this part of it a little bit further, but and I can't remember who was the team that actually was chasing them and ended up actually passing them in the end, legitimately passing them.
Oh, I
Um,
don't
um,
remember. Was it
Stockley,
Charlie?
Stockley was it?
Yeah, Lauren Stockley and Charlie Surley.
One of them actually pointed to the judge that the packet was
Yeah,
on the ground.
I did
So
see this. Yeah,
is
so
is
Lauren
that
Stockley.
cool or is that not cool?
Well, but I mean, you have to remember too that they had their spot taken away from them also by
Mhm,
someone who filed a complaint. So does she have a chip on her shoulder? Absolutely.
mhm. So some people have been screaming like that's ratting out, that's this, that's that. Um, Again, you know what? I think that's no different than me saying that puck went over the goal line.
Also, we're talking thousands of dollars and we're talking a
Yeah.
spot at Worlds on the line.
Yep. Yep. And so I'm not mad at them about it. I
You're not
don't.
besties when you're racing.
No, you're racing to win. I'd call you
Yeah.
out. Like, yo, Beth fucked that shit up.
Yeah.
I think she horked on the burpee thing. It was
Oh,
terrible.
I would not.
Chicks bringing around blue Gatorade everywhere. It's just no good. Um,
Hiding it.
yeah. Yeah, so I mean, so then this leads to the other question. You kind of touched on that. Should they have a separate rule book for the Elite 15 and Part B? If they should it be public knowledge?
I mean, it doesn't really matter if it's public knowledge because we don't have situations where other people can call people out as they're watching the race. So it doesn't matter if the public knows. It might help because it might stop some of the keyboard warriors of
Mhm.
trying to call people out online, but um there are some things that I think could be let go for the Elite 15 because again, there's so few people on the course for, the littering. Even even the chalk to some degree is whatever, but and like rapid cooling. I still think it would the floor on polished concrete is so slippery when it's wet. And if you have 15 guys throwing water on them every single time they go by, it could be an ice rink. So I don't know. That one's tough for me too. But yeah, leaving the gel by the rower and then, you have an exchange with your judge or like, they pick it up. Just that one I could see letting it go.
So I see what you're saying, and it's a valid point. I don't agree, and I'll explain why, but it is a valid point, and I've gone back and forth a little bit in my mind about this.
Mhm.
But where I'm coming from on this is I look at it this way. Every member of the Elite 15 is much better and faster than me. There's no reason they can't live up to the same rules and the same expectations that I have to hold.
Mhm.
Right? I mean, Lauren Weeks does it, and we saw her right beside do her gel, stuff it in a pocket.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, again, and it's not that big of a deal to do that
No,
either. So like
no,
they don't really need special rules in these cases.
no.
I just I just think giving her a 2-minute penalty for it is so extreme in these circumstances.
Do you think some form of but yeah, see, this is where I'm trying. I was going to say, do you think some form of warning systems could be done? But I actually don't think that. I mean, maybe you do, but I still think they should just have that one rule book that we all live up to and that
Yeah.
everybody's the same. Because I don't think if I can't rapid cool, I don't see why they have to, right? Are they performing at a higher level? Absolutely. But that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
That's the rule. That's what it is.
Well,
And
also some of them, it's not like they don't race in regular high rocks is also.
exactly. Exactly. And yes, it makes less difference now that you don't have to qualify with time, whereas before it would have been an advantage in an elite in a major to qualify with the time because you could do all these things that you couldn't do in a regular pro race. Now that doesn't make as much difference because it's all points and stuff. But I just think for simplicity's sake, for the sake of fans like us watching and understanding the rules, it would be better just to have everybody go by that one rule book and be common. And also, for sake of High Rocks' keyboard warriors, like you say, if everybody's following that rule book, you cut down the keyboard warriors, and you also come to the point where you don't have to remember every rule change in a pre-race briefing that you're giving to people and hope that they all hear it.
Yeah.
Because they might say, "Well, I didn't hear that," or "That didn't happen," or maybe, God forbid, you forgot to say it, and then all of a sudden that's legal, but you
Hmm.
thought it wasn't. So if it's just written in the rule book as it is, then it's easy. It's straightforward. It's done.
Hmm.
So, I mean, High Rock's rulebook has some holes in it, but for the most part, it solves a lot of these problems,
Mhm.
and they should be okay. I do agree with you. 2 minutes for littering, I think, is a bit hefty.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what I would make it, but 2 minutes does seem like a lot.
Mhm.
I think any form of time penalty would be a big enough deterrent that people wouldn't do it.
Mhm.
Um, I don't, even 15 seconds would probably be enough because like the elites running at this, they come down to 15 seconds. And if you littered and got 15-second penalty, you didn't no one to blame but yourself, and you'd be feel horrible. So
Yeah.
I do think 2 minutes is a lot because I mean it did chase him from what third to eighth, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So anyway, yeah, maybe you know what? Hopefully at Worlds, it's a killer race with no controversy throughout any of the elite races.
Well, that's not going to happen.
No, but I'm giving my best here. I'm
But
trying.
no, yeah, hopefully no
Positive I was
big,
being.
yeah, no big controversies anyways. Like
Yeah.
nothing like that, where, there's 2-minute penalties given out and it dramatically changes the outcome of the race. If I was an Elite 15 athlete, I would be terrified of the penalties because it's rare that we get through a race where there isn't penalties anymore. And I do find as I'm
Especially
watching,
doubles.
especially doubles. But yeah, it's like, and it's so little things sometimes, just slightly staggering your feet on burpees or whatever, like small things. So yeah, I mean, I'd be pretty worried. Like I'd probably be losing sleep over getting penalties for little things.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
I'd be
was thinking.
studying the rule book. Like,
We
but
know
then that's
that
part
we
of
know
it.
most elites don't do that. If most elites did that, nobody would send me questions.
Oh, I think at least study the rule book.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're very surprised when they find stuff, when stuff
Yeah.
happens.
Mhm.
Um, anyway, we know the Elite 15 is set for Worlds and everything, including the team relay. We've seen Team Canada now.
Mhm.
Lindsay on
Yeah.
Team Canada,
Mhm.
which for us personally is absolutely awesome.
Yes. Mhm.
But I will say, do we agree with the way they are choosing the team?
Well, so they're just going by the point system.
That's right. Yeah. So do you like that? Do you not like that? The relay thing, the relay team picking the whole relay scenario was a bit of a hodgepodge and definitely a work in progress here.
Yeah, I didn't like, I mean, the first year it's fine that they did it, but I don't really like the idea that people that, you pick a person who then can just pick whoever they want.
Yes, I
I don't
agree.
think that really made sense.
Especially in the age of like basically training teams being created.
Right.
Like
Yeah. So
proven
to make it a little bit more objective does make sense.
Mhm. Yeah, I buy that. I just don't know. I didn't like that way. I don't think I like this way because I'm not a fan of the point system to begin with.
Well, also, it's really leaning towards people that have raced a lot up
That's
to
right.
this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean the people that are in it are people that have raced a lot up to this point. And I mean I think our team is fantastic.
Well, and I don't think it shines as much as our team as it does with the States. Like Vivian is not on the team.
Yeah.
And this is not a knock to anybody else, but I would say it is safe to say that Vivian is the second fastest woman in America
Yeah.
for high rocks, and
Yeah.
she's not been offered a spot on the team. And I believe it is
Who
Kat.
is it?
I think it's Kat Fassbender.
Oh, yes.
And
Okay.
again, not a knock to Kat. She's fucking amazing,
Mhm.
right? But I mean, I don't think Kat would be at all put out if we said that numbers show us and results show us that Vivian has been much faster. And
Well, and Kat would say the same thing.
exactly, that's why I say she won't be put out by that.
Yeah. Well,
That's
and
just
Jack
pointing out
Driscoll's on
facts.
the men's side as well.
Exactly. And again, I mean, so Jack over someone like a Rich Ryan or
Yeah.
someone like that, right? Or Hunter McIntyre, but God
Yeah.
forbid if I ever put him on there again. That would be the dumbest thing ever. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's other Americans who have, probably quicker pedigree or whatever. Not that Jack's
Yeah.
bad, Jack's great. Um, so
Yeah.
I
Rick Ryan's been in the Elite 15 since it started.
exactly. So I
Yeah.
just think that perhaps it could be done better. And I don't usually like pointing out problems without solutions, but I don't really have one set in stone for this one. I guess there's just way too many options to figure out what's best, short of basically nominating some form of committee or actually, well, I mean, I know what I would like, but I don't think it will happen ever. And I just want the teams that qualify to go the same way they do for everything else. You know, I want to win and you're in. But
Yeah, yeah, that would be too hard. I think with four,
yeah, like I said, logistically at this point, the sport's not there yet.
no, no.
But that is what I would like.
Mhm.
And even if it was like kind of a kerfuffle for the first couple times they did it, I think it would get better. Because I think bet eventually teams would start to band together and go, okay, we need to do this and that. Who knows? And I think it's still too soon to have the nations only teams and stuff.
Oh, doubles.
Oh, both doubles and the
Yeah. Well, I think right, it's still just kind of it's a fun race.
yeah. But
Still,
still cash on the
obviously
line.
they take it seriously still, but I mean it's not quite there because the sport we don't have enough depth in every country, but
All
it's
right.
kind of fun.
Yeah. Okay. Moving along here. So the other thing I did this weekend was Farm Girl had another deca. Sell out Farm Girl extravaganza, like always. Great attendance. Everything was really cool. But we did add this time two things that were different that never done before. Had our first legitimate atlas, as well as had I think this was like the first weekend, a couple other gyms did it, of trialing teams ruck. And so both went well. I coined a new phrase this weekend, and that's PW, which stands for personal worst, because I did my personal worst ever atlas.
Okay.
I just shit the bed. I went and went through the video. I felt strong. I felt good, but just everything was just marginally slower than it should be.
Mhm.
And when I look back at it, I'm like, I totally could have. I just miss. You ever just mispace something? Like maybe when you're running, you think you're doing like a 4:30 pace, and you're really doing a 4:45 or something like that, or a 4:10, and you're just kind of off a little bit. Maybe not.
I
Best like, no, fuck you. I'm always on. There is
know.
no mistake ever. Anyway, yeah, I just kind of miscalculated, I guess. And it was quite a bit off, like over a minute off.
Hmm.
And didn't feel weaker, didn't feel any more tired. I just fucked it up. No, I
Yeah.
hadn't done one in a while either.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
That's
hadn't
probably
hadn't
where
done
it.
one in a while, so I hadn't got the pacing and I just yeah, just screwed it up. But anyway, I still had fun.
Hmm.
And I did notice that from the training that I've been doing, the weights seemed light for me,
Hmm.
which is again another reason I'm like, why was I slower?
Hmm.
So anyway, but
You
yes, we
haven't
had,
done a lot of like true lactic work, then it's probably more that.
well, yeah, and I guess in the past, like I never found Atlas to be super lactic for me, right? I don't know. I just fucked up the pace. I'll get it next time. I guarantee next time I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna PR.
Hmm.
But anyway, so I did that. But we had others do it, and it was great. We had some people who did not think they could do it actually get through it and pull it and not hit the time cap, and that is always fantastic. That makes
Hmm.
great news. We did have some people who didn't quite make the time cap, which was a surprise to them, and
Yeah.
just shows that hey, it is legitimately challenging.
Hmm.
Um, it did expose a it did expose a problem with DECA's sign up issue. So, and if DECA's listening, great. When you have an Atlas setup, so for example, we had three lanes. We had a men's peak, right? Then we had a men's foundation, which is the same as women's peak, right?
Hmm.
So we had that one. And then we had a women's foundation. So we had three lanes. Now, unfortunately, when DECA signed people up and asked them their wave times and stuff, they didn't take that into consideration. So they maybe throw like three women's foundations in all at once when we only have one lane. And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is something that was a bit of an issue. Luckily, we straightened it out and didn't cause too much of a problem, but
Hmm.
something DECA needs to fix up in their sign up process. And
Hmm.
also, and just by the way, if you are signing up for an Atlas, take that into consideration that there could be some timing issues just because of that. Because at the moment, it is not a perfect system. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But what did go fairly flawlessly is the ruck doubles.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. As teams always is. I mean, you've done enough
Yeah.
teams. It's
Hmm.
always fun. But the weight made it a bit different because, like for example, I went first with Nicole. Nicole and I teamed up,
Hmm.
and we did a run together. And when I race with Nicole, it's a little different for me because I don't do the whole row. She does the whole row, and that means I did lunges and weight for like 2 minutes.
Yeah. The row rest is a long rest.
Yeah, and it's only and you've only done one thing beforehand.
Hmm.
So you've literally kind of got warmed up, and it's a long rest. I'm like, so I did box overs probably almost as quick as I've ever done them, and I had the ruck on,
Hmm.
which was cruising. I was like, oh, that's great, that's great. But then I had to do also the sit-ups immediately after. So I did the transition, did the sit-ups, and I flew through those sit-ups. And then right before Nicole started the ski, and then I was going to do mine, I'm like, oh shit, this is hitting me now. Like sprinting with that ruck on, I didn't actually feel it during the process of the sprinting, but really fast after, it started to hit me right away. And
Hmm.
by the time we got done that whole thing, and I did 10 burpees, Nicole did four, and I did six. I had put everything I had out. I was cooked, but it was so much fun. And then I ran again later with Jill,
Okay, yeah.
and we did, and again, very similar. Just by the time it was over, when you're doing fast burpees with that ruck on, you can go pretty much the same speed you can without it, but the fatigue hits you twice as fast.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I've watched you burn through 20 ram burpees in like 52 seconds, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So you could almost hit that pace, but at about 10 of them, you
The
would start to
arms.
feel
Yeah.
like a truck hit you.
Yeah. Well, and the ruck smashing you in the back of the head.
I'm not going to say that was a problem. I had mine really dialed in. Thank you, Joel. He saved mine because my ruck actually, the waist strap popped off mine before I went with Jill.
Oh,
And
yeah. Mine was too big, the one that
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
had.
And then Joel lent me his, so I could use it for the run. So
Hmm.
thank you, Joel. You bailed me out on that. And both of them, though, no, were fitted perfect. I didn't have any issues with that. So I
Hmm.
can't put it that. It was just literally just fatigue amounting fast with the extra weight
Hmm.
and everything. So I don't know if this will become an actual event or not. I know Titan 6 has put together a little leaderboard of the people who have done it, and they seem to like the results, and I thought it was great fun.
Hmm.
So I'm very excited for that. Sticking with Deca 2, also did Sacramento. Went down there, worked Sacramento. Didn't have time to run, unfortunately. So Ryan, I did not get to put in a time, so there's none of that. But I did get to test the machines. So they got
Hmm.
new machines, which has been a big controversy. Um, Straight out, we'll do the easy ones. The Lycan rower and the Skierg. I'm gonna say the Skierg. Um, it's a little harder, a little bit harder. I don't think your time's gonna be much different, if at all. It just feels very different, but I would say it's a little bit harder. But as far as mechanics of it and your motion and your everything, that's gonna feel the same. The rower, again, probably a little bit harder. Some other things I don't like about the foot straps, I'm not fond of. You know how on the Concept 2, the foot straps kind of pop out, stand up almost.
Yeah.
The Lycan one does not do that. It lies flat. So it makes getting your feet in a little more cumbersome.
Oh.
Now, on the other side, getting them out is super fast
Hmm.
because it's actually got a little magnetic tab. You just pop the strings and the straps pop right off. So you're going to lose a little time getting in. You're going to gain time getting out. So that's kind of a write-off. Um, the feel of it again, a little bit different. Um, I would still say a touch slower. I didn't get a chance to do a full 500 time trial on it to really see, but for
Hmm.
what I did, I would say it probably felt a little bit slower, like over the 500 meters, maybe 1, 2 seconds, that kind of thing. Not huge, just a little bit. Um, so that is what it is. I understand why they did it. I mean, Christ, Lycan gave them machines, gave them money. This is the reality of their sport. Then the stepper bike. I'm going to talk about this in two separate things.
Okay.
So the stepper bike as a product seems one, it's fucking heavy. It's really heavy and it's fairly robust. So it seems Durable. That's just first impressions. Seems durable. The gear selector, very interesting for that machine. It makes it work like a damper on a rower. Now it's the damper on the rower. What it does is it controls how much air flows into the fan, right?
Yeah.
And then what that does is that creates a drag factor. The machine analyzes the drag factor. The drag factor creates like a multiplier, kind of a mathematical equation in order to calculate your basically your calories, your meters, your watts, whatever, right? The actual mathematic formula, I've been searching for it. I cannot find the whole formula, but that's how they work. The stepper one, what it does, and you can actually physically see this happening, is it angles the fan blades. So the lower you go, the more angle goes in the blades, so the less air you have to cut through. So it makes it easier to pedal. The
Okay.
higher you go on the gear, the more it flattens out the fan blades, the more air you have to get. So, the harder the pedal is. Like, say if you put your hand out your window, hold your palm up, a lot of force. Put your palm down, nothing.
Yeah.
Same kind of concept. So I did a dry 25 cal, dry, cold 25 cal. No warm up, no nothing. So in one way, completely unfatigued, and in the other way, completely unprepared. And I got a 2 second PR. That was
Hmm.
on the setting of 5. That was the only one I tried. So did I magically hit the best setting for me? Possibly,
How
but
many settings is there?
10.
Well, was there a general consensus of where most people wanted it?
Most people seem to be between 3 and 6,
Where is the adjuster
right on the front, right in front of you.
on the screen type thing?
No, it's a handle. It's like a gear shift.
Oh, okay.
But as you shift it, and it is fairly sensitive, so that you have to, as you shift it, the gear will be up on the digital display.
Okay.
So yeah, this consensus seems somewhere between 3 and 5. For example, John Howard III, I saw him do a run on it on 3. He had a really good run.
Okay.
But I did see some other people go up to 6 and have a really good one. I don't know if you get higher, but I do know I just for like a couple seconds put it on in 10, and that is a hard pedal. And also in one of the recent CrossFit semifinals, they used the same bike there and they made them put it on 10 and they were dying. It was such a hard pedal.
So DECA doesn't have a spot that they're making people use it at.
No, no,
You
they're
can
leaving
set it.
leaving it open like they do with the dampers on the ski and the row.
Okay.
Um, so here's the thing. I'm going to reserve judgment about it for competition. I will say right now, straight out, that it is faster than the assault bike. Um, I say that with little doubt. I don't think there's a single person that will get on it and say, no, that was, excuse me, unless you overestimate your gears and jack it up way too high, then you might
Yeah.
say, no, this is horrible and it's slower. But if you hit the gear relatively good for you, you'll probably be faster. Um, so that is, you know, I mean, it is what it is, right? They're going to be if you have that one in your gym, you're probably going to have a chance at a faster time. That said, I don't expect a lot of gyms to buy them because they ain't cheap either.
Well, and then like I'm sorry, but all of the DECA equipment,
Yeah,
it was expensive.
yeah.
And especially at the
Sure.
beginning when we were buying the original
The tanks,
torques, which
torque
were
tank, yeah.
way more expensive. So buying the whole set of equipment was so
It
expensive.
it was
I
like around 10K, was it not? Somewhere in that neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So including all the RAMs and everything you need. So to be like, oh, well, we're changing out the equipment, and then to expect people are going to go buy them,
No.
no way.
And I don't think they have that expectation. I don't think they
Okay.
have that expectation at all. I mean, I'm sure they'll have a discount for DECA people, affiliates who want to buy it and stuff like that, but I don't think they have any expectations of people buying it.
So then where's the benefit in this team, or sorry, this company, like in giving the
And
products?
Stepper gave the that one, or Lycan gave the rower and the ski, or yeah, rower and ski, and Stepper
Yeah.
gave the bike. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some gyms do, maybe some gyms. I don't know. This is just that's why I'm not in business. So I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
Maybe down the road, they're hoping to get a little bit more,
maybe
but
like I said, as a product, I think it was pretty good.
yeah.
Um, the variety on it to be like Because if sometimes you wanted to do just put that hard pedal in and just go for that sheer power for like 15 seconds to hit that sprint, that get that stimulus out of it, that's great.
Yeah.
And then the fact you can crank it down and go for a long, easy ride or and adjust so for so many strengths of people, that's kind of cool. Um,
Hmm.
what remains to be seen for me is how it will affect and how good it will be for competition. So,
Yeah.
so that kind of remains to be seen. Um, it is another one of those where would I have rather they kept it the same? Probably. I probably would have rather concept two all the way through and either stay with the assault bike, right?
Yeah. Well, now I feel like every year DECA changes something. We've had a different tank every year.
Well,
Um,
that one hasn't changed since that one is well, it changed the wheels have been on for 2 years. The grocery cart wheels.
grocery cart. Yeah. So we've had three different
Three
tanks.
different tanks, yeah.
Um, yeah, and even I mean the ball over changed a little bit for the better.
Yeah, yeah, but that was one of the ones where just the product was getting destroyed. It wasn't holding up. So they had to do something.
Yeah, I mean, but like originally it was walls.
Not for the local gyms. It still is for the Decafits. It's still the walls. Oh, it went to a yoke instead of a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, still that I don't consider that
Yeah,
much.
yeah. Yeah, that's negligible. It
Yeah, yeah,
doesn't
yeah. Yeah.
except you can grab the pole and swing a little bit, but
True, true.
yeah. But yeah, there's just all the changes.
Yeah, yeah. So, and by the way, this is another thing too. If you're talking about changes, people who are buying a ruck, if you're and again, the ruck community, I know is not very big, but if you are buying a ruck or interested in doing the ruck, make sure it's a 14-liter capacity or more. Just saying that. Yeah, they've always said plate carriers aren't allowed. This is the way to get around that, identifying what a backpack plate carrier is.
Oh, okay.
So it's just to make sure it's because the ruck is like that whole kind of derived from the military community thing. And what they
Yeah.
really want is they really want you to have a backpack with
Hmm.
weight in it, right?
Yeah.
But people were getting the plate carriers, and even I did it because, it's within the rules. So that's what I do. So it makes it slimmer, smaller, easier to use, right? They don't
Hmm.
want the ruck people don't want that. So this is how you make the rule so that you get a proper backpack is you put a capacity limit on it. Whereas
Okay.
before the rules were just saying um, any
The
backpack.
weight in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyway, so if you're buying a pack for a ruck, even if it's a cheap backpack, just make sure it's at least 14 liters capacity, which
Okay.
basically is almost any small school backpack.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, pretty much if you've got like a plate carrier, it ain't gonna work. If you've got like the original one I had, which was a hydration pack, it's not gonna be enough. So anyway, just thought I'd slip that in. That's not a rule yet, but it will be.
Yeah.
Um, all right. A couple other things they did there. Um, lighting and atmosphere was actually a big upgrade.
Okay.
So start line, you had smoke coming out, you had dimmed lights and then flashing lights going off, and that was kind of cool. And your finish line, you had again smoke coming out, a big frame with more lights and a big bell to hit, and
I
so
like the big bell. That's
and
fun.
and and a great big video screen on the back too when you're jumping in. So it was a me, I don't give a shit about that stuff, but it was a definitive upgrade,
Yeah.
and people noticed and people commented on it that they
Yeah,
like.
I mean, creating a vibe at an event is part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that part people did like that. It was
Yeah.
pretty good. And Sacramento's really nice. Not a bad place. Other than our hotel. Oh, so I shouldn't say that. Our hotel was very nice. We had the best waiter we've ever had anywhere.
Oh yeah.
Sorry to any waiters we've ever had.
Mhm.
But the hotel, there was literally it was in the city, and at the same time there was nothing around it. Like the nearest grocery store was like a 15-minute drive.
Hmm.
And being as we're kind of shuttled in by Deca, we didn't have a car.
Yeah.
So we pretty much ate all our dinners at the restaurant in the hotel. Luckily, the food was very good and our waiter was spot on. So we couldn't go. those of you who know Ryan and I, we have like a small soda water addiction, like drinking carbonated water all the time. So we couldn't really get to a store to get any. And when we got some from the waiter, I had a regular bottle of water that was empty. I said, "Hey, could you fill this with soda water? Because I like, to have water beside the bed at night." And he was great. He did that. And then on our way out, he actually ran out after us and goes, "Here, here, here." And he got us a pitcher of soda water to bring to the room just
Oh.
randomly. And I'm like, "That's good." And he was such good service, like while we were there, and the food was good. And we were joking around. We got pizza one night and he was telling us the toppings, and we said no way to pineapple. We had the discussion about pineapple as a pizza topping.
Mhm.
And then at the end of our meal, he came by with a plate with two slices of pineapple for us just to be a dick. And I'm like, that's cool. That was great. So,
Mhm.
like I said, he was one of the best waiters I've ever had. So that was good. And the food in the restaurant was good. So we had good remarks for Sacramento for what we saw, which was the airport, the restaurant, and the hotel, and the venue, which is all we ever see of anything.
Yeah.
So, but it was good. Four person relay was good. Got to judge the boys getting a world record. So that was great. It was legit fast, very, very fast. Of course, Dustin Needham was there because we don't have a Deca without Dustin or High Rocks without Dustin. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they consult his schedule and make sure that he can make it to every event.
Yeah. Hmm.
So all in all, it was good. But yeah, the bike, I'm gonna say we'll wait and see. I don't know. I wish they did not have to do that. I guess that's the business of the thing and
Hmm.
not the part that I like. Although, hey, I'll take a PR.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take an easier bike.
Well, here's the thing. I do think come Worlds, it's going to affect stuff in this way. The slower you were on the bike before, the better off you're going to be.
Yeah.
Because, for example, for me, it made a 2 second difference, but for Rye was 15 seconds, right? So that's very, very different, right? For
Hmm.
me, 2 seconds is not really a game changer, but 15, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So, so that's where I think people who were maybe a little slower on the bike might be a lot happier.
Yeah.
And if you're qualifying in training with an Echo or an assault bike, you're going to be very prepared. So
Mhm.
anyway, um, one last thing we had, Little Loop. We never got to talk about Little Loop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it went really well.
I don't
It
think we did anyway.
rained. What's that?
I don't think we got to talk about it. I'm
I
pretty sure
don't,
we haven't.
I don't think I think
No, no, we didn't. We didn't. We haven't talked since.
oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it went great. I love the venue, having it at the golf course. It made for a, like a slower loop overall. Like times around it. It was definitely it was wet because it was raining most of the day off and on, but it was a nice rain. It was 15 degrees in rain, so it wasn't too disturbing. Definitely some hills in it too, which made the course more interesting, slowed it down a little bit, but a little bit more interest than the last one because the last one was on like down and back on a path more so.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we had a great time. We had a couple teams show up from out of town that had some really solid runners on it. And yeah, it made for like a really good battle up at the top with the top three teams. So it was really impressive to watch. We had one team almost hit 90K in 6 hours. They were one lap short, one loop short, so 2.5K short. So I think that will be the big challenge then for a team to see can we get a team that hits 90K, which means
You,
three guys almost ran 30K in 2 hours.
you got to put it to 100 though. It's a cooler number.
Yeah, that's not possible though.
Oh, possible, possible,
Dave, so
not likely.
we got people that are gonna have to run 30K in 2 hours. You get
Yep.
three people together run 30K in 2 hours.
I think you can do it, Beth.
No, I know. I don't. I think 90K is would be
Yeah,
very
it's pretty
impressive.
impressive.
So
It'd be very impressive.
yeah.
All I
Um,
know is we had a great time. It was fun,
mhm.
even with the rain.
Yeah, the rain didn't seem to upset anybody.
Well, the year before you guys died in the heat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this time, as far as temperature wise, it was perfect for the effort level.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you get back like we get back to our little gazebo, throw a sweater on, throw a towel on, right? Not to freeze up.
Mhm.
And then as soon as you get back out there, like 50 meters in the course, you're like, okay, this is perfect weather now. Now it's great. Now I'm the right temperature I need to be.
Mhm.
Um, would have been better that temperature without rain, but not a big deal.
Yeah,
Actually,
I mean to not have everything wet. It was a bit of a logistical nightmare because it rained the whole week before, so we did have to redo the loop
yeah.
that we originally. So if we do it next year, we might be able to do a different loop depending on the weather leading up to it. And the original loop had a pretty substantial hill, which had to be cut out after the fact. So it will be interesting to see. It could be a different course next year, but I think we'll have it at the same place though.
The only spot that I really noticed the rain was on that first out and back area. It did start to get pretty muddy down there.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
But other than that, the rest I didn't like, it didn't really make a difference.
Hmm.
Um, I will say I hadn't run hills in a while. And even though there wasn't big hills there, I was still like, oh my God, I forgot about hills.
Yeah.
Like it's been
Yeah.
even running down little hills. I'm like, I haven't run down a hill in a long time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I definitely noticed, even though I kind of did the whole thing is just I did not run
Yeah.
very hard. So,
Yeah. And even in the solo, we had two people, actually a man and a woman, who I wouldn't say they had a battle because they were definitely, in their zone. They wanted to hit, so they hit 60, our male hit 65 and our female hit 62 and a half. Um,
that's pretty
so
cool.
yeah, their goal, I know her goal was 65, and so she was just short and ran super consistent laps
Was
the
she the
whole time.
one in the lots of tattoos?
Yeah,
And every time I saw her, I thought she had fallen in the mud.
yeah,
Yeah, because the design, she had like black shorts with like these mud colored designs on them.
brown. Yeah,
Yeah. When you got close, you could realize, oh, that's just the shorts. But from far away, I was certain every time I saw her, oh my God, she's fallen. Nope, nope, nope.
yeah, yeah. And they both just show up with like their big tote. They leave it there. No crew, just
Nope.
like super serious, but not, because they were also all smiles the whole time and like cheering
Oh yeah.
everybody on, and so both of them, this was a training run for the Sulphur Springs 100. So they're both racing 100K in 3 weeks.
Well, they both look like they'll get through that 100K quite well.
Yes.
Neither one of them even looked very fatigued.
No. Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. So all in all, a very good day. Hmm.
That's cool. I'm really was super happy that we could make it, and I'm hoping to make it to some more local events this year. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. I will, and I might as well go through this a little bit. My DECA schedule, as far as trips, will be cut back a bit, just because regular work shockingly actually wants me around a little more. Um, and yeah, so it's a little bit harder for me to get some time off. So I will, like, for example, I'm not going to be in Austin this coming weekend. Ryan, I won't be there. I think our next one will probably be Denver. So that'll probably be the next one that I get to. So anyway, just if anyone's asking, which I do get people ask quite a lot, we will not be in Austin. Sadly, we will probably be at Denver. Will probably be the next one. So
Hmm.
other than that, I think I'm good. You good?
Well, Dave, the biggest news in running happened 2 weekends
Oh,
ago.
son of a bitch. Yeah. Somebody cheated. No,
No,
wait.
no, they did not. They did not.
Yeah,
That we know of yet.
it's
Yeah. Yeah, the 2 hour marathon was broken. And not by one, but by two people in the same race. So we had Sebastian Sawe, so he
Mhm,
was 1:59:30,
mhm.
and then followed by Yomif uh Kiljancha, so from Ethiopia. So crazy thing is it was Yomif's first marathon.
Yeah.
And he was all smiles at, well, even in the pre-race briefing, and they asked him if the pace goes out in world record pace, are you going to go with it? And he's like, yeah, of course.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah. And he was 1:59. 41. So for reference, 2 hours was broke when they did the Breaking Two project with Nike and they put
Unofficial.
unofficial, yeah. And it was obviously completely controlled environment. And Ali had Kipchoge had 16 rotating pacers
And a
and
draft
all,
car.
and yeah, and the line and the light of where the world record is, and he did run 1:59:40.
Mhm.
So, but again, super super controlled environment. So this obviously, so they both even, well, sorry, Yamif ran 1:59:41, so
Yeah.
1 second slower than that controlled environment. And both of them were wearing Adidas
Which
running.
have been selling like mad.
So I think I heard something like those racing shoes, which are $500, sold out in like 15 minutes after the marathon finished. And now to on resale sites, the ticket price is over 4,000 for some of them.
So
So if you if you need these shoes, good luck.
here's the thing. If those shoes are going to make the difference for you, you're probably good enough that Adidas is going to give them to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you're having to buy them, they're probably not going to make that big a difference for you.
No.
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 But hey, you know what?
But good for Adidas.
Yeah. And
Because
no, here's what I really like. Good for Adidas. Good for Adidas, good for everybody, because what it's showing is a sponsorship of a high level athlete, and getting something like that is paying off. And in doing that, that will have other companies, including Adidas, sponsor more athletes to get that payoff, to get that ROI.
hmm Yeah. And I mean, I've always respected Adidas also as a company. Nike's been behind a lot more scandals as far as cheating, supporting cheating coaches. And Nike wanted so badly to have this record and to have,
Mhm.
shoes on the feet of the person that did it. And Adidas, quietly has been their shoe was released later than a lot of the other ones. So they didn't push to have their shoes out fast
Mhm.
like some of the other companies did. And yeah, I mean, I've run in the training version of these shoes and they are really nice running shoes. Even the training version, they've done such a good job with them. And even on the women's side, so the women also, so the women set um they set a world record, but so it's with the women's races, it's different. So there's women's records that are in a mixed race, and then there's women's records that are women's only. So this was a world record in a women's only,
Okay.
um, which was so 2:15:41. So all top three women were sub 2:16, which is also a new record for London. So Tija Asafa from Ethiopia, who was also wearing Adidas shoes. So you're looking confused because there was men in the race.
Well, a little bit, yeah.
So the way that they get around this is so London used to be so if you're my generation, you remember when Paula Radcliffe ran 2:15
Mhm.
in London, and that at that time she had male pacers. So what they do now in London to make it a women's only is they have an elite field that starts 30 minutes ahead
Okay.
of the men. So the men are not going to catch up and be able to draft for the women. So then there's an elite group of women that are running just women. So and it's actually really significant the difference. So the mixed women's world record is a 2:09.
Hmm.
So
So you're
six
talking
minutes
yeah, 6 minutes, yeah.
6 minutes because but again they have males that can draft for them. So that's the difference that it's made. So the women's world record, women's only is 2:15 and the world record with mix is 2:09.
Well, you know what, but I mean, you said,
However,
yeah, go ahead.
it was someone who was caught doping, but they let him keep the record.
Look, this is one where no one's had that yet, so we're going to celebrate for the time being.
Yeah. And I will say so I really watched this for a while because it was interesting because it was really kind of the world record and it was really subdued when Sebastian went sub 2 and I was like that feels really weird.
Hmm.
And so when I started to people are just so skeptical right now when a Kenyan or an Ethiopian sets a record because we've just had so many East Africans and Kenyans more specifically get caught doping. And we're right off the heels of the woman who ran a 209. I forget her name. She was caught doping and not just like, oh, I took Sudafed or whatever the night before I was there's new types of EPO that they're being caught with. So better versions of EPO. So it's not just it is intentional. Now, the reason she was allowed to keep her record is because she wasn't caught with a substance in her system. She was caught with high levels of diuretics in her
Yeah.
system, which you would only take if you're trying to flush your system of something. So because they didn't catch her with something, that's why she was allowed to keep her record. And she was caught so many months after the record was set, like 4 or 5 months, which to me, I think, of course, she was doping before. But
Mhm.
anyways, I don't understand that situation. So Adidas, again, and this is why I appreciate Adidas so much. They knew their guy Sebastian was on the verge of a world record. So what they did was in his contract, they they gave $50,000 to the IAU so to test him more. So they tested him more than any athlete has ever been tested leading up to Berlin, where he ran 201, and then leading up to this one, same thing. And he said this test me, and he was tested 25 times in 6 months leading up to Berlin, which is a lot. And he
He's
was
not a
not.
big dude. That's a lot of blood to get out of that guy.
Yeah, it is a lot of blood. And urine, so they do both. And then leading up to this race, he was tested a lot too. So, I mean, if you have skepticisms of him doping, I it's pretty hard to considering Adidas put $50,000 out to have him tested, like personally, not his country like Adidas did. So I respect that a lot. So I'm gonna say this is probably a clean record, but I mean, as the world kind of feels the same, it's so hard right now.
Will you be buying $500 shoes?
No. Absolutely not. I mean, my
Same.
life, if I run 2 minutes faster in a marathon, nothing changes.
Nor will I, but I will wear the free ones I got from Athics with pride.
They are not the same shoe.
Oh God, no. No, 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 not even close. Other than the three stripes, there may be nothing in common.
Yeah, and they look really pretty, but yeah, they are not the same shoe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't even. Yeah, I don't know if I'd say they look pretty. I like them as far as appearance. They're not bad.
Yeah, I
And
like.
what they are, the ones that we got actually, it's a decent Metcon shoe, is what it is.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Mm.
that's cool. I think it was really cool. I do feel really bad for the dude who come in second. To have to say, I like same as the guy that broke the 4 minute mile and didn't even win the race.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine breaking 2 hours and not winning
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and not having the world record. Like this kid is just, yeah, it's crazy. It's
Well,
crazy.
I'm sure he's still pretty happy.
Yeah. And he was only 2 seconds ahead of the third place guy. Imagine running 42 kilometers and being in a sprint off.
And third place guy was in Nikes.
Yes, he was in Nikes.
So they're not trash. You don't have to
Well, there
burn
you
yours.
go.
You don't have to burn them.
No, no, you don't.
You could donate them to Bethany.
I don't run in Nike.
Ooh, because they're trash. I have not found actually a pair of Nikes that fit me well either.
Hmm.
I'll run in anything that that
Someone
works.
gives you.
What's that?
That someone gives you.
Anything that someone gives me, no, anything that feels good for me and works for me, and that's what I go with.
Yeah.
But right now, like I predominantly wear ultras. I have worn the Pumas for high rocks. They actually feel pretty good for that, but I don't wear them to train in or to walk around in because
No.
they start to hurt.
Yeah.
Same with Hoka's. Hoka's hurt me right away, and I was very disappointed in that. I have not tried the very spongy Adidas yet. Okay, I saw a post on social media. Somebody say show a picture of the two guys breaking the record or whatever, and said, "Never yell at me about heel striking again," because they were both kind of heel striking.
Well, yeah, and I mean these new shoes with the stack height, it takes so much
Yeah,
of the absorption. But I mean, everybody's stride kind of is their stride too, and it works for them. So some people just are heel strikers. A lot of marathoners are though, because they're
reasons.
not they're not, yeah, I mean they're not sprinting, although it might be your sprint, they're not sprinting.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, what I've seen a couple of people too try to hold their pace for as long as they can, and most people make about 30 seconds.
Yeah, you can't even fathom.
Yeah,
That's a 257 kilometer.
yeah. Which honestly, at my best,
No, you can't run that.
no, like no, I'm not.
No,
I'm trying to think. Well, I'm trying to think what I
no,
make at 30 seconds. Like at my best, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But
no.
that's fast. It's just crazy fast.
Yeah.
Maybe dog assisted.
I don't think I could even spin my legs that fast if I was being pulled by a dog. I'd face plant for sure. Not now. I've run that for a kilometer in
Yeah,
my past, of course, but like not now. Yeah, it's such a thing to, yeah, just admire that the human body can do something that incredible.
yeah. It is crazy. It's crazy to see, and just that, like, just the commitment and the training and the natural talent and everything that goes into that. Just everything has to line up perfectly.
Yeah, and you have to have the perfect day, perfect weather. It
Perfect
was that day
coaching,
in
perfect
London.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, Beth, take us home.
Yeah, thanks so much everyone for listening. I know it's been a little bit while
We took a
too
week off. We took a week off.
yeah, we took a week off. But thanks so much everyone. We talked about a lot of things today. Yeah, and we're on the verge of peak racing season here, so things are ramping up.
See you in Ottawa.